I turn around and have it jumped off of it. I turn around and pulled it off with a regular furnace, and I have it running a circulating pump, and it works out fine. But the control box on the side of it, the new ones have like this rectangular looking light, for the reset light. It only looks like it has one LED. Like I think it might be partially bad, but I never turned on
Primary is
anything
either
with it.
good or bad.
Hmm?
The primary is either good or bad, there's no halfway.
Yeah, there's no in between. Yeah, as I said, it was pumping fuel, but there's no spark, no nothing. Had that all apart, cleaned everything.
Electrode.
Hmm. Yeah, they were set so far apart with the.
Well, that's one problem, and then the contacts.
Hmm. That's what I was trying to explain to her.
He was giving me the download, like
Yeah.
connectors.
On the tabs and the springs and everything.
But he said, I guess they were out today or whatever. They were pretty busy with everything going on. And so he called like as soon as they got back to the office. I said the guy that we had called, like the one that we tried to get there to come look at it. I said he called when they got back. He said they'll try to stop tomorrow.
It was after 4.
Yeah.
Hey, is there school tomorrow?
As of now, yes, we do.
It's in 2 to 6.
We can't be
on
taking
my
any more
map.
days off, Tim.
Searching for the kid.
Yeah.
You're coming?
No.
You're not coming either, then?
So I don't like my personal kids like having off because when we're home, like I'm like, okay, like dishwasher, laundry, sweep, like we do housework, so. That's what he wanted before he left. I'm like, okay, whose turn is it for dishwasher? Not me. I'm like, well, it's one of you. Who did it last time? I'm like,
Dawn coming.
Get the furnace, get down,
Huh?
working on the furnace.
Bad night for that.
Yeah, it's a real bad night for that.
Dr. McCusker. You want to watch?
almost.
Nope.
I'm just leaving next to the time then. Yeah, it's pretty close.
I'm gonna get one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I like the one.
Oh, why don't you get one of those Trump watches? $1,200 for it.
Little out of my price range.
I couldn't
Get 2 of them.
Just in case one breaks.
I went to the site and I thought, oh, maybe it'll be $500 at the most. $1,200.
Your taxes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Trump train.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Have a trouble this week. In the Presbyterian church, it's death, for the trespass. That's good too.
Okay. A motion was made for the minutes in the financial report.
I'll second.
Seconded, all in favor? Aye. Public comment. Who'd like to go first?
I will.
Okay.
Collection, would you hand it up, pretty please? You could read that, Mr. Smith, if you would.
Okay.
Can you read my writing? Dan?
Your interest has been shown to pursue archiving the 1972 flood, the levees, baptism
Of fire.
of fire. And
Sorry.
here is a small donation to help with any advertising costs, etc. Respectfully, William
That's all right.
J.M.
It's a J, but that's.
Okay, J. McCusker. My only comment would be wait till late January after the holiday rush to advertise. Would be a nice, snow day, would be a nice snow day family project. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. We'll pass that on to Donna and Karen and see what they can get going on there for you.
I offer any help that I could give time-wise, so organizing what they get or help picking up and making sure they get back their photos.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to help.
Yeah, my parents have some photos from my aunt in Osceola that I'd like to give to Dawn to have her scan the day the bridge fell, so.
I wanted just one more little comment. This, it's really gonna showcase the fire company, anybody's photos.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, you got some memory of that, don't you?
What, the flood?
Yeah.
I wasn't
No.
born yet.
Okay.
A couple years before my time.
I'm sorry I put you that old. It was a real bad time, but a great occasion, you know?
Yeah,
Everybody got getting together and just for the common good.
Yep.
All right, no, I'm done, thanks.
Okay.
Let you guys get it.
any more public comment?
Vision Press Production thanks you for the privilege to film your meeting.
You're welcome, Jerry. Okay. Nothing else, we're gonna go on to the committee reports. Do we have any committee reports? Christmas lights are up. Parade's gonna be Saturday,
They doing tree lighting?
not this year,
Not this year.
The parade Sunday,
Sunday.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking Saturday? Altoona is Saturday.
yes.
Do we have a mayor's report? I didn't see one in that bundle
Yeah, I didn't
anywhere.
see anything in there.
Okay. Dave's not here, so I'm assuming there's no maintenance report.
No, he was out pretty early.
But you were asking about that valve, and that's the reason behind it is because that road needs to be cut up on the, across the road from, the daycare center. That pipe's plugged, there's some tree roots in it. And, it's gurgling out of the center of the road and it's filling her driveway full of ice and he wants to get that done.
Is it above her driveway or is it below? Because
It's
that
above.
sinkhole is right at the
Above.
corner of her property. We've tested that several times. Sometimes you get chlorine, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
And you would think that if you had chlorine all the time, then it would turn on show water, but as it was explained to me, that a lot of people in town here, they have sewage, but they also had gray water, and gray water got piped to whatever pipe was outside that would take it away.
Yeah, so then,
So,
if that's the case, you're gonna get some chlorine here and there.
well, you wash a load of clothes or a load of whites, it's got chlorine in it, you know what I mean? It's gonna show hot. So,
It's the spring coming out of that alley.
That's the the only thing I know on maintenance. Correspondence, something about the decorating committee? I didn't say anything there about the decorating.
She said forgot to take off.
Okay, that was from last month. Okay, old business. As far as I know, we don't have anything old business.
Mr. President, I served a right to know to see if you had an ordinance on stormwater. I'm assuming since I did not receive any reply that you don't have one.
I don't believe we do. I guess old business on that, we were, me and Dave were talking, and I talked with Tom, and I asked you about it. How many sections of pipe do you need for that?
Well, I didn't get any reply from DEP yet.
Okay,
And I know that was part of your,
Yeah.
if it's okay.
Dave said something like 60 feet, right?
Yeah,
yeah, as long as we get the okay from DEP, we're more than willing to get you that pipe.
well, I don't want to be liable for that. All the water from on the hill comes down and goes through my property.
Well, if DEP gives you the go-ahead, wouldn't you think you would have you wouldn't be liable for that then? That's runoff.
I'm hoping, but I just didn't, I just turned it over to the attorney and he's still working on it,
Okay.
because he didn't think he would do anything. So he was gonna have a plan in a couple of weeks, but I just don't, I want a promise that I'm not liable for that. Because let's say by freak accident, the big truck that parks up above on Hemlock Street, he loses oil and it comes down there and it goes through. That's stormwater on your property is your liability. And that's why I've been pushing to have the whole thing taken out. I even drew a map how you could take it down. You have easement right on Warfield's side. You can go the whole way down. And that's the way he was going to plan to do it, your maintenance, because he came and met with me and he said that seems logical to do it that way. Otherwise, those two pipes that go across the road, they dead end. and it's just swamp. It's my property is all swamp down below. Thank you for your time on
You're
that.
welcome. Okay. New business, the 2025 budget. Did we approve that last meeting?
We need to final it.
Oh, finalize it, okay.
Yeah.
We agreed on it.
Right.
Mr. President, did you do your tax rates for, and are you aware of the fact that the county changed everything and that you have to half your tax rate? I understand your tax rate is 30 mils.
30 mil.
You have to drop it down by law to 15 mils. They changed the ratio from 25% to 50% on your taxes. I have Vision Press Production Media has an explanation up there if you're unfamiliar. The one example that was made by the attorney was if you have a house that's $100,000, before the county changed it, your millage rate was 25,000. Now it's 50,000. So to be fair, so that people aren't double taxed, whatever you paid this year, if you keep your mills at 30, it's going to be double what everybody was paying in taxes. So I will give you the example of Beccaria Township and their meeting last Tuesday. They dropped their mills from 4 to 2. And it's a law. I mean, you can check it out. I just didn't know whether you were aware of it.
No, I'm not aware.
And you have to set that rate
Reset that.
It's not gonna
before
change
before
your
January.
tax revenue that's coming in.
Yeah, no.
Your tax revenue that you're gonna be receiving will stay the same because the county,
raise theirs.
Mhm.
And 15% of the 50% will be equivalent to,
Yeah, when you drop it half, that it just puts you back to. I know it sounds funny, and it sounds like a shell game, and that's what I labeled the commentary on it. But I understand it now, and it's up there online. If you at wbcis.com under Coalport Borough.
They also mentioned at that meeting, there's solicitors involved because you gotta change by motion, et cetera, your tax base
Yeah.
so that it's effective and you're covered and
Okay.
protected.
But we can still approve the budget, we have to have a special meeting before January first
Yeah.
and change our millage.
Yes.
Cause the
Yeah,
budget's not
amend.
gonna change, this is going to rework.
You have to change that rate before December 31st.
Okay, we'll only do it before New Year's then.
We'll have to do a special meeting. and then
Special
we
meeting's
can-
all we can do, yeah.
With, our solicitor's advice.
But I thought you did do your budget.
We didn't approve it.
Oh, it was just a proposed.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we need to adopt the budget.
I'll make the motion.
Mark motions,
I'll second it.
Amanda seconds, all in favor? Aye. Passes. Okay. Fire contract,
That's ready for you to sign.
but yeah, that's just, I'd have to sign that, our fire contract with the fire company. Is this the new one, or is this for, this is the new one? We're to make a motion on that.
Yeah.
This agreement made and entered into as of January 2025 by and between Irvona Volunteer Fire Company, a nonprofit corporation of Clearfield County, Pennsylvania, party of the first part, and the Borough of Irvona, a municipal corporation of Clearfield County, Pennsylvania, party on the second part. Whereas the party of the first part is the owner of the firefighting equipment and has been furnishing fire protection to the Borough of Irvona in the past, and whereas it is the desire of the party of the second part of the party to be, of the first part, continue to render fire protection to the property owners of the Borough of Irvona. We need to make a motion. Same page.
I'll make the motion.
It's $6,000 a year. Okay, motion has been made,
I have to abstain.
I'll
you have to
second it.
abstain? Aye, motion carries. There are those. Okay, tax collector.
I read the whole thing or just pass it around or?
You might let's read it.
To whom it may concern, I am a former borough resident that currently resides in Vicari Township and would like to express my interest in being appointed as the Irvona Borough Tax Collector. I may not have tax collection experience, but I feel that I am more than qualified to do this job. I currently work for Glendale Valley Municipal Authority, and we use the RAK program for our system, which is the same that local tax collectors use. I have a great working relationship with the staff at RAK Computer Systems and feel the transition into this position would run smoothly. I also have excellent customer service and organizational skills. I have contact with Vicari Township and White Township tax collectors daily, so if I need any additional help, I am sure they would be willing to help. As I said before, I feel that I am more than qualified for this position. Thank you for your consideration for this position. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to contact me. Jennifer Dominic? Is that how you say it?
Maybe we should set up a night and have talk to her.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know who she is, maybe,
It's George Dick's daughter.
oh, okay,
Jennifer. Lives in
Oh.
Lowville.
okay, I do know who she is then.
Yeah, married to Andy.
I didn't know who she married.
I'm okay with it, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't know who it was,
yeah, I mean, she grew up
I
right
do
here.
know who she is now, if you tell me that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
Did I hear that she wasn't in the borough?
No, she's in McCary Township.
I don't know whether you're allowed to do that unless they were a tax collector before. Yeah, it's supposed to be of the electorate.
We can contact the solicitor and see when we can
Yeah,
do there.
see,
I mean, for the election board, we have people from McCary Township on our election board.
Mhm.
That's not a problem. All right. And we're gonna table that.
you think Amber should just give her a courtesy call? Tell her
Probably.
we're okay, we wanna double check, make
Yeah,
sure it's,
make sure it's legal.
yeah, make sure
Yeah.
it's legit.
Okay. Next up, IMA vacancy. We have what, 3? I think you gotta read them.
I am writing this letter to express my sincere interest in the open IMA authority board position due to Mr. Cossack's term being up at the end of December. This letter serves as my formal letter of intent for the board seat, signaling my readiness to contribute my skills, experiences, and leadership to our shared goals. I am property owner within the Irvona Borough, so that qualifies me for the open Irvona seat. I have owned and operated my own business for many years, and I am confident that the experiences I have had running my own business have provided me with the qualifications and skills necessary for this board position. I am eager to put my knowledge and experience to work for your company. Some of my key strengths include management and governance, leadership and motivation, communication with the staff, problem-solving situations, insisting on the highest standards to aid with overall profit of the company. I also bring forth I'm not sure how to say that word.
Innovative.
Innovative ideas and unique perspectives. These are all relevant and essential qualities in assuming a board position. I have had previous experience on the IMA board, and it would be an honor to be reappointed and sit with the current team, contribute to their initiatives, and together forge a path towards the company's future success. Since having my seat replaced, I have still remained committed to the authority and its growth. I have been attending the monthly meetings and keeping up to date on issues and its achievements. Thank you for considering my letter of intent for the IMA board position. I look forward to the opportunity to contribute to your organization's continued success. Timothy Irac. Keep going?
Yep.
To whom it concerns. I, Vanessa Warner, am interested in the vacant spot on the Irvona Municipal Authority Board. Thank you for your consideration, Vanessa Warner. Dear council members, please accept this letter as notice of my desire to remain a member of the board of the IMA. Sincerely, Michael Cossack.
3 applicants, any questions anyone has?
If it's Mike's seat, Mike wants to retain it. Is there a question in that?
I have one.
Sure.
In January last meeting, that Tim turned around and stood here and turned around and told everybody that he wanted to retain his seat, but you still opened it up.
Was there a letter?
We didn't have a letter last time.
A letter, you're telling me a letter is more pertinent than you actually standing here and expressing?
It says submit a letter. I had nothing against Tim, I'm just
No,
asking.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just
wasn't
questioning,
aware
I'm
that I
just
had to
questioning
submit
last
the
year, that
letter.
was all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing, just
Yeah.
questioning last year.
It wasn't put in though last year though, it wasn't in the paper last year like it was this year though either, it wasn't labeled as an Irvona water. It wasn't labeled that way in the paper last year though either too, so.
I just know as council, if my term's up, I have to submit the letter and I have to to get 10 signatures
Yes,
That's what I had.
to hold my spot.
yes.
That was my question. If it was his spot, he sent the letter.
Just add a comment, if you would look back through the meeting minutes, Mr. Clarkson, and see the participation and input to Mr. Cossack versus when Mr. Irac was there, because I've attended a lot of meetings with both. And when someone's gonna move the place forward, they've been spinning their wheels for, thank you.
Any thoughts, any motions?
I just want somebody on it.
Is there just the one seat open, or is there?
One seat.
I'm not sure. I mean, I have nothing against any of them, to be honest with you. It's just, but it's like you said with you, he submitted the letter to move forward. I mean, that's usually what we end up going with, you know, if someone submits a letter and then they already hold the seat, but,
I can appreciate that.
I have nothing.
No, I know you don't, and when I first got appointed to this, I never submitted a letter. Vicky and Ken Caldwell had taken care of that for me. I wasn't aware at this year ago that I was to submit a letter. In my defense, I called Dick Youngkins because I was a Beccaria Township appointee at that, my first go around, and Dick said, as far as I know, when you have the seat, you can retain it. And so that's part of the reason, I guess, I didn't know to submit a letter, because Dick made it sound like
Yeah.
it was
Right.
just gonna happen.
Right, I understand.
Yeah, I was here, but it doesn't matter. If the rules say you have to submit a letter, that's just the way it is.
Russ Cornelius in '06 didn't submit a letter either, and he voted that January meeting, it's in the minute meetings. The thing is, guys, look back the past year, Mr. Meadbar, you were at the meetings, and of course you were. Look at the stuff that's been left undone and just like the can kicked down the road. Get some new blood on there and see if things can get moved.
Another point too I bring up is like the bylaws, like what I've did extensive research in RTKs and everything, and there really is no bylaws or anything right now either, as far as like, as you're saying, like with like the rules and stuff like that, so to go off of that, it's kind of like a past precedence, you know what I mean, like it would
You
be
mean
following.
for us?
Well, I know, like, I even tried to get for IMA and everything with that to kind of see with both of those. And there isn't any, like, even cross-referencing with you guys in there and stuff like that. There is no, like, Amber couldn't find anything as far as, like, that goes, like, with the cross, I want to say, how do I want to describe it, like, cross paperwork or stuff like that to see, like, how they're organized and stuff, how you guys are together. Like, there wasn't really anything that came up with that, so.
I just hope whatever decision you make or come to, that you do it with truly the best interest of the customers of this borough and the Cary Township customers at heart, that you keep that in mind.
You have no say.
I can vote, I'm not actually, I don't hold a position over there. Tom, I don't think Tom would be allowed to vote.
He don't hold a position with the fire company though.
November,
You know what I mean?
December.
True.
All member counts.
Mhm. They call it a conflict of interest because I belong.
That's what I was wondering about him.
I don't know how that works.
The mayor would technically be a tiebreaker.
I don't know. I feel if it was Mike's seat, Mike put a letter in that he wants to stay there. In my gut, I just feel that. I mean, nothing against Vanessa or Tim.
I agree with that, but I think there should be a woman on the board.
You have that right. You're Vanessa.
I
I didn't even. Do you have any comment?
I mean, Mike's been on there, you know, I would say keep it Mike.
I'll make a motion for Mike.
Motion from Mike has been made,
I'll second.
seconded. All in favor? And I will abstain just in the event that I'm not allowed to.
I think that's wise.
Like I said, I mean,
That way I'm.
Hey, I am not bothered whatsoever. I didn't even know if Mike was retaining his seat. The paper didn't make it sound like he was, is the way I understood.
well, I think.
And it doesn't matter, I would applied whether he was there or
Right,
wasn't.
right.
But thank you for considering it.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Gift certificates. We're gonna do the same thing we did last year, right?
We have Bert this year though. We didn't have him last year, did we?
No. And Logan's only here, I guess here or there, so I would just say the three of them.
What is the term of the seat? Is it 4 or 6?
It's 5 years.
5 years?
5 years?
That's what.
Pretty sure it's 5 years.
Thank you.
Yeah, 5 members, there's 1 member every year.
That's what I thought. I wrote 5 down on there. I thought it was 5 years.
What were the gift certificates the last year?
150. That's wrote down here.
That's for full-time and what were for part-time?
She just has 150 for each, she didn't say.
Trying to remember.
There were 2 different ones. Bert's not full-time.
No. Did we have a part-time last year?
No.
We probably didn't, not to say
No.
that.
Would it have been Bobby?
He was as needed.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like Logan, same way.
Yeah.
Split the difference. Give him 75, he's not full-time.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, if that's how you wanna do it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a gift certificate to Leo's.
So we did.
That's what we did before.
On Dave, unless I missed it somewhere along the line, did we ever come up with any kind of numbers for health insurance?
He never got back with me about healthcare.
Yeah, he was gonna look into a plan and we were gonna see what we could do. But he never.
Nope.
I think he had told me that he ended up, there was some things come up that he didn't really get to look into it as much as he wanted to.
Oh, it's open enrollment right now, so if he's gonna
Yeah.
look into healthcare, he needs to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think I heard anything about it, but I wasn't sure.
No, he never got back to us about any of it. That's been what, 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah.
So, all right, someone will have to make that motion for the gift certificates.
I'll make it.
Okay. What's the motion?
For the gift card?
If there is.
20.
We're gonna full-time, will be 150, part-time, employees will be $75.
Oh, okay. I'll make the emotions for full-time for 150 and part-time to be 75.
Motion has been made,
Second.
second, all in favor? Aye.
Not too many things going on.
You're not used to being a secretary.
No.
Anything else?
Candy for the fire department. Pay 1/3.
We do that every year,
Every year we do that.
Yeah. which we should make a motion on it.
Yes, I need a motion.
Make a motion to contribute a third.
A motion has been made to
Treats.
pay 1/3 of the treats for the Christmas celebration. Seconded, all in favor? You have to abstain? Aye. Okay. Good. And I'll get with Dave about that valve, if it doesn't have to be replaced, doesn't have to be. Maybe he can get with Dan and see where the line is, that way they're not gonna be anywhere near it. I don't understand, I didn't know why he wanted that valve replaced, I didn't know. It's not like they're gonna be running a packer or anything in there, I wouldn't think, to replace that piece of pipe.
Is this the one by the alley you guys were talking?
Yeah, across from the daycare center.
Okay.
Cause it's plugged and it's gurgling up over the road again and filling their driveway, or that and awful ice all the way down around the curve, so.
I think the reason there was a question on the valve is, if I remember right, they were questioning whether that valve was leaking. They didn't know. And I think he was just sort of being,
He knows it's not leaking.
oh, okay, this was the last I'd heard. Okay, I don't know, I didn't know if maybe something, okay. Cause I know they were
Yeah,
talking.
that valve hasn't worked for 4 years. Whenever we did go up there and inspect it, whenever the OIT before me was there, she turned on, dug a hole, shut the valve off, and then turned on and opened the valve back up. And the hole that she had dug filled up with water, and as soon as she opened up the valve, it turned on and sucked it down. Now this is a different valve. But then Jerry, I believe it was Jerry Newell, turned on and came down and asked us how many times we were gonna turn around and dig that up. And I turned around and told him, I said, we have a shovel and we're putting it in the ground. I was like, I don't know nothing about excavation or anything that was done here. And out of that block, I think I had three community members come up and turn around and tell us that there was a well on the one property. And what it does is it overflows and turns around and goes down into that ditch line that's been dug apparently over a handful of times. Path of least resistance, it runs right down through there, hits the road, and then turns around and comes back up through.
Yeah, if you go from the road up about 15, 20 feet, it actually comes up out of the ground
On the
and
left
out of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
There's, I don't know how many springs run down.
That's everything.
What time does the parade start? Four? You have anything? Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion made to adjourn,
I'll second it.
seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. All right, I'll make sure that Donna gets that check, and I'll explain to her what's going on. I'll leave the letter there.
Make sure,
Yeah,
Make
line
sure
up at
Amber
3:30 parades at 4.
make sure Amber knows to check on that. Whatever that is with the village.
They're also having a hoop sale on Saturday,
Chris?
so.
Yeah,
Not lately.
okay, I think last year.
I'm not happy how you guys done that, so thank you for being here and doing it.
Yeah, I still have